what it does, people. Monday, January 18th, I believe, and I was tied up in the toilet at my usual time, so had to bounce the video creation process to now, and I picked a different spot to do it because it's super dark out and doing it in my car would just not be good. So I picked a room at my work to where you can't see where I work. Sometimes I'm clever, sometimes. Didn't do plus vibes video, and today I'm just going to talk about what I believe I've talked about before. When you have like a big object in your sights, when you have a big task you want to complete, goal you want to complete, and things like that, a lot of times it's daunting, right? And I listened to something today that was talking about the way they break down getting to a major goal, right? And what happens is you have your, let's say your major goal, this is just going to be objective, but this is just for the sake of argument. Let's say your major goal is to own a Lamborghini, right? That's a pretty serious goal to get to, right? It's a lot of money for that car. Either you're going to buy it cash or you're going to buy it in a way that you can make payments, and for you to do that, you got to be making a decent amount of money, right? Well, if you focus just on the Lamborghini and you don't break down the individual steps to get there, that's mistake number one, right? So the first thing you got to do is break down the steps on how you're going to get to this goal, right? After you do that, you got to start, and you're going to start at step number one. That doesn't need to be extrapolated on. So once you're at step number one, you got to focus on step number one. You can't be worried about whether or not you're going to get to step number two, or how it's going to happen, or how you're going to face that when that's there. No, you got step number one. Build that good foundation. All right. Maybe it would be better if I talked about a house, right? So if you're thinking about a house, you got to build that good foundation first. You have to, or else everything you build around it won't hold, will not stay. It's not possible. So many people focus on the way the house is going to look like when it's done. What color the walls are going to be. What, you're not even past the foundation step, and you're thinking, what are the walls going to look like? What kind of window fixtures am I going to have? What kind of light fixtures? Where are we going to put these knickknacks? Where are we going to put the dresser? Blah, 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 blah. You can't get ahead of yourself when you're trying to attain a serious goal. When you're trying to get to that Lamborghini, you can't jump to get in the Lamborghini, unless you won the lottery or something crazy like that, right? You gotta get your plan to get to a situation in your life to where you can afford to own a Lamborghini. You have to get your initial capital. You're gonna have to figure out how you're going to start generating wealth, and then you're gonna have to enact on these things. So you'd most likely. So here's my I'll give you my plan. My initial plan is get a better base income from a job. Start being able to invest that base income money and get that money to start making money, right? And then after that, get that money, that extra money that's coming in that's making money, spread it out again. You have to have, in order to generate wealth, you have to have a lot of diversity. Diversify your investments. And that way, if one's doing not so good, another one will be making up for it by doing great. And then when that one's not doing so great, the other one, and so on and so forth. And so that's my plan. So my first plan, getting a better income. And initially, I was making the mistake of trying to, have the house built. I was making the mistake of looking at the fixtures before I even had my foundation built. I wasn't focusing hard enough on getting my base income better. And that's where you have to start at. You have to start at the bottom, and you have to make sure you focus on that and do it perfectly. Lay each brick perfectly, and soon you'll have your wall. And lay each brick perfectly for each wall, and soon you'll have your shelter. It's a pretty simple concept, but a lot of people, I feel like, miss that. I missed it. I knew it. I've talked about it before, and I got you get overzealous. I get it. You get overzealous. You get excited. You get in your head. You're just like, oh man, I can't wait until I'm. Yeah, but slow down, hoss, and make sure you're handling your stuff right. Make sure you're doing the initial things correctly first. So really, this is about focus. Make sure that you're controlling your focus, harnessing your abilities to get the steps done in order and do them as well as you possibly can. And your result will, just in the back of your mind, just know that we're going to get there. Your goal, we're going to get there. I got to do this well first, because this is part of the plan to get to the goal. I've got to do this well first. And then once this is done, knock that out. Boom. I can be proud of that, right? Next step. Knock that out perfectly first. So on and so forth. Maintain that focus, people. I believe in you all. I believe in me. I'm a little tired, so I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm going to enjoy what's left of my break. And I'm going to get back at it. Alrighty. I love you all. I think tomorrow I'm going to try my my hand at my next videos, or I might make it so Monday and Friday are these. I'll do 2 a week, and I'll make Wednesday my other videos. So we'll see. Bank on Wednesday. I like that better. I love y'all. Peace out.